Alpha Capital Group, are they a good prop firm or are they just another scammy company that you should avoid? Now in this video, I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review about Alpha Capital Group, aka ACG, and whether or not I believe they're a good firm that you should get funded with, or whether or not it's another company that you should avoid like my frozen funds. Now, just before we get started on the actual review, I first want to say that I've actually been trading with Alpha Capital Group now for the past 4 or 5 months, and I've had nothing but good experiences. I've been paid out every single time on time, and it's been incredibly quick. When I have had a problem with payouts, when I have had a problem with anything, I've emailed customer service and I've used their live chat feature, and I've always gotten a very, very quick response. Really and truly, it's always been phenomenal customer service, and I've literally never had a problem. Their Discord is active, their community is active, and some of the owners and whatnot are actually active inside the Discord as well. So there's always someone higher up on the chain who will actually give you a response and give you the answer that you're looking for. Now, I've been trading with them, their max allocation account, which is 200K in capital. And I've made a couple of various payouts. Literally right here, I'm gonna pop up a little YouTube thing and you can watch the video where I made my first payout with ACG. This was around the $4 grand payout and my profit split was around $3,000, and I literally got paid in under 12 hours, which was phenomenal. Now, besides from that, let's look at their evaluation. So if you actually come here to their website, alphacapitalgroup.uk, their website is pretty well laid together. And some of the main key points that you'll be looking at is the fact that they have no time limit on their evaluation phases, which nowadays is pretty common for prop firm to prop firm. Another major aspect is they have 0% commissions on all trades, which is absolutely amazing. Now, I know a lot of people in the comments are like, oh, that's because they own their own broker and whatever. And yes, that is the exact reason. Because they have their own brokerage, which is ACG Markets Live, I believe. That is why they're able to offer such good trading conditions, and that's why they're able to offer 0% commissions. And that means that you get to keep way more money. So for comparison, I was trading also about 200 something K with my Forex funds before I obviously lost it. What an L. But anyways, yeah. For comparison's sake, I would execute the exact same positions on my Forex funds account as I would on my ACG Markets account, and I would make substantially more on ACG Markets via the zero commission than my Forex funds. Now granted, now we know my Forex fund was manipulating spread and all of this other nonsense that I'm sure you guys know, but the point is that I was making way less money because they were taking commissions, and the 0% commissions really does make a big difference, especially as you move up to the larger accounts and you're trading larger lot sizes. It really does matter. Besides from that, one major aspect I've noticed about ACG is their trade execution is very, very on point. Now, I'm not just talking about spread and slippage, because that is also very, very tight, but I'm talking the actual execution, the latency is very, very on point. You're not going to find a better prop firm that has better latency. Now, granted, I don't know, I haven't traded with every single prop firm under the sun, but I've traded with at least 7 or 8 different firms, and by far ACG Markets has had the tightest execution, and I've always had the most accurate entry on ACG. So do with that information what you will. I'm only speaking from first-hand experience. Now, they do also have a built-in trading journal feature. So once you're actually logged into your evaluation account or your live funded, once you start executing positions and doing all of this stuff, you actually do have a very sophisticated metric on the back end that will show you the trades you took, the lot sizing, your win rate, and a bunch of very in-depth analytics. Now, I know a bunch of prop firms do also have this, and it's not anything groundbreaking, but just the fact that you can do everything in-house and keep all your data nice and tidy is very, very useful, because I used to track this shit manually, and it just means that it's a lot easier for me to just not have to worry about it, and also have my trades kept up to date, everything journaled, and I know exactly what I took, when I took it, and why I took it, and it's a very, very cool feature. Now, when it comes to the actual evaluation phases, obviously it's pretty standard. Like any other prop firm, you have a 2-step evaluation, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is an 8% profit target while maintaining 5% daily drawdown and 10% overall. And phase 2 is the exact same concept, but it's 5% for your profit target, 5% for your daily drawdown, and 10% overall. So pretty standard, pretty competitive with any other prop firm. Now let's take a look at their scaling program. Well, their scaling program is actually pretty cool, and it allows you to compound your account entirely by yourself. So any money that you make, for example, if I'm trading on a 200K account and I make a 10% profit, which is $20,000, I then withdraw my profits and my account stays at $220,000. So even though I made a withdrawal, my account balance stays the same amount it would, and it allows me to then continue to trade with that amount, and simply my drawdown and my buffer and everything just moves up along with the account. So now I have 220K in capital. I can then make another 10% if I'm an amazing trader, which would then be 22 grand. so on and so forth, and you can compound this all the way up to 2 million, which is the absolute max allocation in capital, which is obviously very, very nice. Now, a couple of other very important things for me to note is that your drawdown is not based off of a trailing stop loss. So I know a lot of companies have a trailing stop loss, which means that if you're up 10% profit on a position and you haven't closed it, and then it reverses and you take a break even, some prop firms stop you out because it's considered violating daily equity. To my knowledge, Alpha Capital Group does not do that, which is obviously a very, very good thing. Besides from that, when it comes to your profit splits and actually making a withdrawal, you can withdraw your profits bi-weekly. So every other week you can process a payout, and your payouts will usually land within anywhere from 4 to 12 hours. So very, very quick same day payments. And this is done through Deel, the payment processor that everyone uses. Very, very solid, very verified, all of that. Now, onto the important part, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Now, obviously, I do like ACG, and I have been working with them. I've been funded with them, and I love the company. But there is one rule that you should 100% know about before you get funded with Alpha Capital Group. Now, this rule has caused a lot of people to violate their accounts. It's caused a lot of people to accidentally lose their fundeds because they were not aware that this was a thing. Now, it does clearly state this on the website, but a lot of people just don't read it because they assume they already understand the rules. I highly recommend before you get funded, read the website, read the FAQ, and understand the evaluation that you're taking. But that is the martingale rule. Now, martingale is a trading strategy or a system that involves stacking your entries and scaling into a losing position. So let's say I enter a 10 lot buy at this level, and as price moves into drawdown and I go into minus, I double up my trade and I go 20 lot buy. It then moves further into drawdown, I double up my position and I go 40 lot buy. And on the way down, I scale up my position. That is considered a martingale, and that's like an illegal strategy that you cannot trade. Now, there's various reasons for this, and obviously if you look into the actual system yourself, you understand it's not a very smart strategy to trade because your risk management is not necessarily there, and there's huge downside potential for this type of trading. So they do not allow a martingale strategy. You cannot scale into a losing position and increase your position sizing. If you do, that is considered a martingale and your account will be violated, and it's essentially like violating one of the other rules. So that's the only thing that you should actually be paying attention to, is accidentally martingaling. Now, a lot of people who don't even trade a martingale accidentally martingale because they're not aware what it is and they're not aware of the whole concept of a martingale. Just make sure you're not one of those people. You can scale into a position with the same lot sizing. So if I enter a 10 lot and price moves into drawdown, I can still enter a 10 lot, or I can scale down my position and go for a 5 lot, but I cannot increase the position from the initial entry. That is the martingale. Again, don't just take my word for it. I don't want to be held liable for any blown evaluations, but highly recommend look into it when you take their evaluation. That's genuinely, hand on heart, that's honestly the one semi-negative thing that I can say about ACG is the whole martingale thing and some people getting caught lacking by it. Besides from that, honestly, I've had no problems. Like I said, I've been paid out every time on time. My Discord seems to love ACG. They've funded tons of traders, tons of payout proof. They're active on Discord. Customer service is there. There's literally nothing bad I can say about the company, except the martingale might catch you lacking if you haven't read the rules prior. That is it. Now, I know a lot of you guys at the moment are scared to get funded with new companies because of what happened with my frozen funds. Obviously, everyone got screwed over. A lot of people lost a lot of money, and I myself lost way over 250k in capital, as well as some other evaluations I was taking. So it was a massive L, and a lot of people are very wary about what's going to happen next in the prop firm space. And really and truly, I don't have the answers. I don't know for certain. But what I do know is ACG is a UK-based company, so it's outside the Canada and US sector or whatever's happening in that side of the world right now. And to my knowledge, they have a third-party liquidity provider, so it's not an in-house liquidity provider. They're not doing any sketchy stuff on the back end, to my knowledge. I haven't experienced anything. The spread has been on point, the slippage has been on point. I haven't firsthand seen any sort of manipulation. Granted, on my Forex fund, I also didn't necessarily see the manipulation. However, I was definitely getting slipped a lot. I was getting stopped out a lot due to spread. I was just getting messed up with the trading conditions. So there were definitely red flags and indications that something was happening on that end. With this company, I haven't experienced anything bad. So again, I can only really speak from first-hand experience, but it's been a great company and I would definitely recommend them to anyone looking to get funded. That is my honest review of ACG Markets. Granted, it might not be the most in-depth or most technical review you're gonna watch on YouTube, but it's just a trader who's been trading with these guys for a while, made some good payouts. I rate them. I'd recommend you check them out, but make sure you read the rules. Link is in the description.